welcome back to Lavender Blue. This is Fiona, and welcome if you're new here. So a couple of videos back I started this this flip-flop journal, and it's using mostly my embroidery and lace papers. So I haven't actually sewn in the signatures yet, but I've chosen my papers, so I'll give you a little flick through of what papers I've put in here, because it's kind of a mixture of papers. And the theme is sort of a pink and green tones. So, but also I have a new kit out, and I wanted to show you that because it's just 6 pages. Well, it's 13 pages altogether. But there are 6 of these full-size papers with sort of pink, soft pinks and greens, and there's some white flowers as well. And they also come with 6 backing pages, which I'll show you in a minute because I'm actually still printing some of it. So it has 6 backing papers, and it has which are more like journal pages. And it has a lined page. I'm still printing, so I will show you that in a minute, because I think that some of this would go really nicely in this journal as well when I make ephemera or pockets or something. So I'll show you that in a minute, but what I wanted to do today was I actually wanted to make some clusters. So because what I'm going to be doing next is sewing in the signatures and then just adding some ruffles, like paper and fabric ruffles. So I've got this beautiful pink here. So I want to put the ruffles down some of the sides of some of the pages. But I'm probably going to do that off camera because, you know, most of you have seen how to sew in signatures, and there's plenty of tutorials out there on how to do it. I just use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But with this first one, because it's so small, this signature, I might actually use just 2 holes here and here to sew these pages in. And then I'll just add my ruffles. And then, you know, I want to get on to making things to go inside, to embellishing. So the first thing I want to make, as I said, is some, what are they called? Clusters. I want to make some little lace clusters so that I've got them ready to decorate the journal. So, yeah, as far as the papers go, I've got some of the embroidery and lace. I've got some vintage book papers. And I've sewn around some of the pages, but not all of them. The embroidery and lace. And this is some vintage cross-stitch sheets that I came across in the op shop. This is from one of my kits, the Basics kit. It's got some old advertisements on that page. And then old maps. And I've added a paper bag to each signature. I want to embellish those more. Some more of the lace. The back here, I think, is tattered ephemera I've also used. And then I've put a poem, or these are from William Shakespeare. It's also a vintage book with some of his sonnets in it. I'm pretty sure this is the tattered ephemera kit that I've got in my shop. And then the embroidery and lace. So that's in that first signature. And I have a video showing you how to put this together. I made it with envelopes. And this is a pocket here. That is Shabby Backgrounds in my shop. some old ledger paper, more of the embroidery paper, old maps. This is just craft paper, a vintage ledger paper, but it's printed. And also is my music paper printed because I run out of music paper. And I've got some of that vintage cross-stitch page again, paper bag, coffee dyed paper. And this is from a book that I've got called Love Your Life, and it's just got some nice sort of inspirational verses or advice on these pages, and some quotes. This is from the Tattered Ephemera. Some vintage book page from an old Renaissance book that I have. Tattered Ephemera, and these are just the back of all the pages. That's part of the cross stitch, part of the ledger. I think the ledger paper's in my basics kit. That one. And then we turn it over, or we come to the third signature. Shabby backgrounds. Vintage, I keep going to say embroidery, but it's actually cross stitch. And then these are from my Renaissance book also. And another page from the Love Your Life book. Tattered Ephemera. Craft paper, which I bought from, I got this from Temu. I thought it was cardstock, but it's kind of it is thicker than ordinary printer paper, but it's more of a paper than a cardstock. That ledger again, paper bag, coffee dyed, old vintage Renaissance book page, and then I put in another music sheet which is going to flip out, and that's just the other side of all those papers. Tattered Ephemera, no shabby backgrounds. So that's the pages that I've put in. So I'm going to sew them in off camera, as I said, and just put some strips down the sides. So I'll just put that aside, because what I want to do is make my snippets. Sorry, my brain's not working that well today. So I've grabbed some papers. Some of them are just scraps from the journal. And because I want them as my backing piece, I'm just going to rip some down. And I don't really like the straight edges on the snippets. I prefer the torn edges. And you can make bigger ones or smaller ones depending on where you're putting them. And I know that I want the one on the cover, and I've sort of sorted out what I'm putting on the cover. So I know that I don't want that particular one very big, because I'm going to put a few things on the cover there. So I'm going to do a smallish one. The backing paper doesn't matter too much, you know, what it is, because most of it gets covered up, but I just leave a little bit of it peeking out if I can. So I'm just going to start a few. And then I'm using, where did I put it all? Some laces and some like sheer fabrics like this one. This one I actually tea-dyed. It was white. I think I might have some of the white. Oh, I just dropped some ribbon in my coffee. There, just have a sip. So that's coffee dyed now. I don't know whether I'm going to use the ribbon. These strips of fabric, I may put some in. So I want some lace to begin with, I think. So I'm going to might use this one. So basically going to layer up lace and fabric, and then I'm going to, you might have seen this before, I printed my word sheet from my shop, journal words, onto some fabric. I think I'll use some of them on the top. And then I got out some buttons. I tried to find some pink and green and then some neutral buttons. But do you know how hard it is to find green ones? I had a lot of pink ones, and that's a bluey green. This is a green one. Actually, that's not a button. No, it's not. This is it's actually a little charm that I made out of clay a long time ago. And it's got an initial in there. I think it's an L or an I. But I found that in with my buttons, so I thought, why not use that? And then I found this cloth one, but it's got I might be able to cut that off. But anyway, I've got a few buttons there as well. And I don't think I'm going to sew today. I think I'm going to use the glue. I actually got a new glue from Temu. This one is B7000. You know how you can buy E6000? Well, they had this one, and it's supposed to be just as good for, you know, metals and jewelry and things like that. So I wanted to try it for sticking on my buttons. So we'll just see how good that works. I got some other goodies from Temu too. Just quickly show you. I don't know if I've got them all here. I don't think I have. But I did get these little rolls of. You get 3 little rolls. It's a nice soft pink. It's a kind of a taupe colour, and then some like chocolate brown, and it sort of feels like chiffon type thing. So I got some of that. I also got these stickers, which I was really happy with. I think there's 20 sheets. I didn't have any stickers. So these are all mostly floral and butterflies, and they have a bit of gold to them. Like that, some sunflowers, some beautiful blue hydrangeas in, you know, different colours. So that's those. Oh, and I got this beautiful pack of papers. I mean, I can't remember what it was called. Of course, it's all written in Chinese on it. But it comes like this, and I could use that in a journal. They are just beautiful. These beautiful vintage, just vintage papers. Great for journal cards or just even pages and collaging. There's some beautiful ones in there. Okay. Now I don't want to spend too much time on this because I've got to get to making my clusters, but I just thought while I was here I'd give you a quick show of some. And the other thing was the mulberry paper, because I haven't bought this before and I wanted to see what theirs was like. So I'll do that. And it's really nice. I don't know how many, I think there's 10 large sheets or something. Yeah, beautiful, quite thin. You know, it's like a handmade paper. So they will come in handy. Just put them where I can find them. Okay, so that's now coffee dyed because I dunked it in my coffee. What else? I've got this beautiful lace here. And I found some bits of sort of green. And I also have just bits of calico. This is, I dyed this seam binding, which might go on some of them. Just a snippet of it. With some, I made some homemade sprays. I think I've got a video somewhere. There's some pink lace. And yeah, just some more lace there. So, okay, let's, without any more talking and faffing around, I've got a few little flowers. I wasn't sure if I was going to use those or not. So, just some simple ones. Where's my ink? I've got so many things on my table. I know I always say that, but you know, when you're making a journal, you just end up with, I end up with piles of things all around because I'm afraid that if I put them away, I'm going to forget what I'm making. Is anyone else like that? Because if I don't have it all around me, yeah, I tend to forget and go, oh, I was going to do that. And, you know, so that's just what I do. And, you know, also I like to give myself a lot of choices of things that I might use. So let's just get on. Now, I don't want to use that as a backing. Or I want to use, it's quite nice too, isn't it? Let's cut up some pieces of this. And I will cut them down even more. I don't really want the straight edges. So I'm just going to lay them up before I actually glue them down to see if I like it. Might be too big on there. So just some snippets of lace. Probably should have cut out my words first, but I'm going to cut some of the words out. And I thought I already had one cut out. Can't find it now. So yeah, so I've got, let's see, I like some of these words, journey and wisdom. The word's going to go on the top, but I just want to cut a couple out to see actually, you know, what they're going to look like. There's going to be more underneath. But before I add more, that's why I'm cutting the words out. I want to see what the words are going to look like. Okay, so I'm going to grab, I think I want a little snippet of this stuff under each one. This is really nice. Tiny bit, make it a little bit shabby, I think. Nearly cut my finger then, or did I? Right there, I just cut into it. Okay, let's put this here, no, on top. Let that hang over a little bit. Sorry if I'm a bit all over the place today. I have days like that. I just can't seem to, you know, get things, get my thinking straight. There. This is a bigger one. I could have done, I could do a couple on there. So, I mean, these are snippets, so basically, or clusters. So basically I'm adding snippets, you know, snippets of things on there that I think will look nice. So now, I think it would be nice to have some of the coffee dyed fabric, this sheer fabric. I love this. I found it in the op shop, and as I said, it was white, but oh, that looks nice. I've got tons of it, so I've been using it for quite a while. that looks nice, I think, with that behind and the others still peeking out. Hoping I'm in camera. So, I mean, I didn't have to make them all the same, but they're the same but different, if you know what I mean. And this is a fun way to use up your scraps. I'm actually guilty of throwing away my tiny scraps like this. Yeah, I know, it's a bit naughty because, yeah, I've got a habit of throwing away fabric and lace scraps, but I should collect them. Now also, adding a pop of colour. So I'll just cut them out, but I'll glue them on afterwards. But I think just like behind the word somewhere, it'd be nice to have a pop of green or pink. And then, of course, I'm going to have a button. Doesn't matter if it's green or pink. That one's probably too big on there. So something like that. I think that makes a nice little cluster. So what about I do 3 green, if I've got enough green buttons. Oh well, I can mix and match, can't I? And 3 little pops of pink. Now I did contemplate using my butterflies, but I've got a feeling if I make some larger clusters, I will do some butterfly ones. Oh, but look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll make these 6 word clusters, but on another video, I think I'll do some just butterfly ones, because they'll be really nice. Now, have I got enough under there? Does that look shabby enough? It just feels like something's missing. Maybe cheesecloth. Don't have any cheesecloth in front of me. That's nice, isn't it? Well, we can try it. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I'm thinking this lace instead. You know, just a little piece. There. And the pink, this fabric's nice and shabby, so I do like that. Right. So I'm going to start gluing down and then I'll cut out some more words. Maybe peek this one out a little bit because you can hardly see it. Let's get my glue and I'm going to use a fabric glue. Can you see? I can't. Sorry about that, guys. I'll just move everything down a little bit. Alright, now you can see what I'm doing. That little piece is going to be smushed in there. Then I put on my little coffee dyed one. Clusters are fun. I mean, there's so much you can stick on. And you can just do paper ones, obviously. They don't have to have fabric or lace. You can add little flowers. Whatever you've got. But my focal point for these ones are the words. So... So because I've got this one out, let's stick it down. I like to make it a bit shabby. Alright, so that's one of the clusters, and I'm going to add a button. Well, button or bling, I've been trying to decide, but I haven't used buttons for ages. Button's nice on there. Bigger one like, oh, that one's nice. I like that button. Go down there. Okay, but let's glue some of the others down. You can't really see the paper after all, but... So, you know, you can just use your scrap papers, but in case some of it's sticking out, I just wanted to use the more matchy papers. So then I've got these. And then my coffee dyed fabric. This was supposed to be a shortish video. I don't know how long have I been filming? It's 34 minutes. That's not too bad. And I will show you the new printable in a minute because it's finished printing. It's not gluing down properly. just needs to dry. Keep sticking to my fingers. Now I want this little shabby pink piece, maybe up the top. And of course you could sew them. You could just put it all together, do a stitch through it or a stitch around everything, and that's probably less fiddly. Could have done that, but I don't really like sewing on camera too much because I'm not the best sewer in the world. Oh, look at that. That just, when that's all together like that, doesn't it look just nice? Soft. And imagine that pink button there. Cute. And the reason why I want paper on the back is because that makes it easier for me to stick down to my page or my card or whatever I'm sticking it to. So now I've got these two little ones. Just the same. So maybe I will speed through these when I edit the video. I'm just layering up again. Okay, so I finished gluing everything down. It's a very sticky process with that glue. It's a really good fabric glue, but I just got glue everywhere on my fingers, and if you were watching, the fabric kept wanting to stick to my fingers instead of on on the project. Never mind. So now I'm going to add my buttons. So I'm going to try out that new glue. I'm just wondering if I do want flower. Maybe. Alright, so let's have a look. I don't know how long it takes to dry though. It might take a while. I mean, I could get away with probably using the fabric glue because I know that that will stick most things pretty well. And so will, if you've got any gel medium, it's really good at sticking hard things. My coffee's going cold. And I do have some gel medium in a bottle, but, well, it's actually not gel medium. It is medium, acrylic medium, but it's not a gel. It's quite runny. And it is strong, but it is a bit runny. That's why I don't like using it. That one looks nice there, actually. Don't know. Kind of unsure of the green ones. I mean, that one's really dark. I love this little pink one here. I think I have a couple of those. They'd probably look better sewn on, actually, you know, with that little stitch through. Sort of adds a bit of texture, but, and that's a cute pink too. Shall I use that colour on that one? Yeah, just for something different. Because we've still got green there. Any of them will go, all of them will go in the journal that I'm making. That's fine. Now I just want to see. Oh, it's got a metal tip too. Okay. It's handy. It does smell like the, you know, the really strong glue. So I have a feeling it will work well. Oops, I don't want to cover up the word. Let's use the flat side of the button. So yeah, if you were looking at this on Temu, B7000, wasn't sure if it was good or not. I'm trying it out for you now. So it has got a metal tip, which is really, really handy. And I should wipe that off because it'll get stuck in there. Where's my, I should have a cloth for wiping things. Yep, it's very sticky. That needle tip is very handy. I just don't want this to get stuck in there. There we go. So it's, yep, it's definitely going to stick. Just probably take a little while to dry. So now that we've made our clusters, see, aren't they just gorgeous? I'll just give you a close-up. One of these will go on the very front cover. And a couple more. There we go. I'll quickly show you the new kit. Just a second. Okay, here we are. So we have 6 of these beautiful full pages of soft pinks. Not sure if it's showing up on camera. And then this one, I love this one. And this one. One. I love this one too. The sort of white and pink flowers. And this one. And then you get, I've only printed some of them on the back, but you get 6 of these that look like journal pages. Now, I made them in 8.5 by 11 size, or US letter size, only because that is sort of the most common size. But as you can see, you can also print them on A4. So all you do is go fill page. We can go shrink to fit, and it'll be just a little bit smaller. You'll have to cut the edges off. Depends how small you want them. Now on this one I went fill page, but see these edges here like this, like the book page edge? It should also have that at the top and the bottom. If I'd have gone shrink to fit, I would have fitted the whole thing on. But I don't mind because I wanted it to cover the whole back. And I don't know whether I'm going to use these as pages or just, you know, for collaging. So it's just a little kit, you know, for if you want some extra beautiful pink pages in. So these have got like the design around, and then they're softened in the middle. So that's, you know, some good writing space. So I think I've got 3 of those I've printed, but there are 6. And the other one is the lined paper. So they're white lines. I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but if you wanted some lined paper on the back, you've got that one as well. It's a lined one again. The lined one again. And that's one of the other plain ones. Okay, so just a quick flip of that one. These small kits, yeah, as I say, they're just great for fillers. If you wanted some extra pages, or, you know, making tags or collages, you know, to match if you were doing a pinkish Shabby Chic journal. So anyway, yeah, so we've done our clusters. I'm going to go away and sew my signatures in, and sew, you know, some of the, I keep forgetting what these are called. You know, when you do this, you go like that. I just keep forgetting the word of them. Ruffles. I'm going to add some ruffles to my pages. And then, you know, I'll come back and we'll do another project with this journal. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.